This is my segment. I think I should start. I want to start the show. You always get to start. Let me start for once. Welcome guys to another episode of Anime Amateurs. We hope you guys are doing all... Why? Why do you have to do that? Why do you like doing that? Anyway guys, so now I came across, and it's something that's been...
Who are you?
They know
This
who
is
I
why
am.
you don't get to
They
introduce
know who I am.
What's good guys? Welcome back to Anime Amateurs. I am Idris.
I'm Salam.
And I'm Mo.
Right, okay guys, so look, so there's been a show that's been lingering around for some time. There's a lot of spin-offs of this. It is Tokyo Ghoul. Now I was introduced by Tokyo Ghoul from you.
And you've watched more than I have.
Yeah, you said check it out. I thought, okay, let's give this a whirl.
Yeah.
And so the story is about a college student.
Kennedy.
Kennedy. I was still going to say Kennedy. Kennedy, right? And everyone in the world knows that ghouls exist in our world. But we're getting to a point where ghouls are overeating now.
Yeah.
It's all coming back to you, right?
Yeah.
They're overindulging now on human flesh. And this is becoming a concern for the government, for the police, and they need to do something about it. And that's where everything just gets haywire, and that's how Ken gets thrown into the mix of things and realizes, he's attacked, but I'm not going to tell you what happens first.
I'm going to guess he gets turned into a ghoul.
Kind of. No, actually, what happens though? He escapes initially, but what happens is that he's hurt because the scaffolding collapses and kills him and the ghoul that attacks him.
Yes.
So it's because of the blood transfusion or the kidney or some shit, the organs that they try and put into him. That's why he becomes this sort of half human, half ghoul. Yeah.
And that's why he keeps on seeing her in certain visions throughout the whole of the first season. I don't know if it carries on through the second season because I haven't seen it yet.
Half and half. But ghouls, if you're wondering, like, what the fuck are ghouls? It's kind of like vampires, but not quite vampires.
You're a ghoul. You're a ghoul.
Wow.
I know Mo's a ghoul. Mo's got a hairstyle as a ghoul.
So basically he's saying we're these fiendish, blood-hungry things that eat human beings.
Because
I think you might be right.
Yeah, because that's how ghouls actually dress up. They dress up to fit into society, glasses, decent hairstyle, whatever.
So what does actually, in the show, what does actually being a ghoul mean? Like, is it like they go out and they work and they have like jobs and they pay rent?
It apply the rules of vampires kind of apply to ghouls, except for the sunlight issue. Right. That's not an issue for them. But they get hungry. They need to eat. Right. It's like this hunger which is in them. They have to satisfy it.
And it has to be humans. They can't go and do like flesh. Animals. And
they can eat other things, but it repulses them. It's like disgusting. It's like it makes them throw up. But some are able to suppress that and make it look like they're regular by drinking and eating regular.
So weaknesses, crosses, holy water.
No, none of that. None of that. They can't actually be pierced by normal metal, so they can't be pierced by that. There's special weapons that they all have. Ah! What are you doing?
I'm just saying.
What are you doing?
What you make accusing us?
I know,
right. So it's right that we test, because that's the natural thing for you to deflect the blame onto us when you're just hiding that you are. It's kind of like what you do when you try and say.
You need to cut your fingernails.
It's like what you say when you say that you're not gay. You kind of deflect it onto us. When truly, it's obviously.
Alright, okay. Anyway, I don't know how we got there, but now you haven't seen the whole of the first season, right?
I haven't.
Mo, you're completely fresh to this.
I am.
Right. Guys, I just couldn't get into it. I had a very difficult time with this show. I stuck through it the whole way. There were moments of this this anime that were good. They had some interesting characters, but equally they had some very annoying characters as well. And it just gets to a point where you're just watching it because you want the season to come to an end and you want to see Ken's journey throughout the whole thing and what he becomes. If he's a savior, if he's like a Neo sort of character, or what happens to him. But seriously struggled with it.
Really? It's a popular show. There's like 2 seasons.
Yeah.
There's a spin-off, maybe. What was the?
So was it? There's one called Tokyo Jack, and there's another one called Tokyo Ghoul.
Class or some shit.
Class A Class, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're not gonna bother with season 2 then?
No, well, the way season 1 comes to an end is I didn't realize there was a season 2 until actually just now, to be honest, because the way it ended, I did question myself. There must be a season 2, but even though that, I did not go research it because I wasn't all that interested to see where the story goes from here onwards.
What could this show have done to appeal to you more?
As I said, like I felt some of the characters, a lot of the characters were extremely weak. The main character, I couldn't relate to him, and even towards the very end of the show, maybe in season 2 it picks up. I just couldn't sort of get my headspace around, and that's the most important thing, because your main character, you have to connect to him in some way. I just couldn't do it.
See, it's
Do
funny.
you have to? Do you have to relate to the main character?
That's what I was about to say. It's kind of funny because like last week, or a couple weeks ago, depending on when we post this, we were watching Ajin. That has a main character who is completely unlikable and unrelatable, but it's still an entertaining, fun show to watch. It's kind of weird how they do it.
Yeah, it's just look. It had some interesting bosses.
I love Ajin.
There was a very violent scene towards the end of the first season, extremely violent, where the bad guy has got Ken tied up to a chair, and he's just more or less torturing him throughout the whole episode. Again, it just didn't quite grab me. And I may be wrong. You guys may say, Xanam, you are completely off your mind. This show is awesome. Put it down in the comment section. I want to hear back from you guys.
The hate, anything goes, people. Ethnicity, you can mention sexuality, anything you want.
You're such a dude. So, but everything that I've mentioned, does it still... You've seen a couple of episodes, Mo. Does it excite you in any way?
So this is on my to-watch list. It's something that I was looking, hopefully, to watch within the next couple of weeks. You're not really selling it to me, so I'd really be interested to hear what Eddie's opinion is, to see whether the assumption is the same or whether it's sort of like wildly different.
It wasn't a show where I was like, oh my god, I can't wait to continue watching this, but I wasn't writing it off either. So I was definitely feeling like, yeah, I'm gonna get back to watching this. But there was because I think it was kind of when Psycho started to kind of take over, and that kind of became my obsession for a little while. So, but I do plan on going back to it, and be interested to see whether I feel the same way. But it started off pretty interesting for me.
So then on a scale of 10?
On a scale of 10, I'll give it a 6. I'll give it a 6. You know.
Well, see, 6 actually to me means like the show's it's above average.
Yeah.
It's almost like a little bit more, and it's a 7, and that means it's pretty damn good.
What does it compare to what's the show you're watching? The one which you did a video for a couple of weeks ago.
Akame ga Kill.
Yeah.
Oh man. Akame ga Kill, the characters were brilliant. I mean, we're talking about a lot of characters in Akame ga Kill. Apart from those main characters, the bad guys that I introduce are equally as enjoyable. You want friggin' t-shirts off these dudes. And the story itself was brilliant. I loved the story. I even liked the main character in it. So and I also want to add that from the very first episode it grabs you, Akame ga Kill. With this, it didn't quite do it for me. Ah, okay, you disagree more.
I think I watched about 4 of those, and I haven't been back since. I wouldn't say it was a bad show. I probably will go back when I got nothing else to watch in about 7 or 8 decades.
Yeah, I started watching that. I do want to give it a go. I'm not going to write Akame ga Kill off, but when I was watching it, it kind of felt a little like a generic version of Naruto, but in a medieval type fantasy world.
Sure. It's a mixture of many things, but when it comes down to Tokyo Ghoul, guys, from my side, it's an okay show.
I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna give it a go. But people, let me know if season 2 is leaps and bounds above 1, or is it lower than 1? You know, is it worth sticking to and committing? And what about these other spin-offs? You know, hit us up. You actually gonna bother getting to it, man?
I'll actually wait and see what the crowd say. If they give it an overwhelming yes, I might give it a go.
Okay.
All right. Okay, guys. Well, this has been another episode of Anime Apertures. We would like to hear back from you. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel. It's your boy Salem.
And the race.
That's Mo.
Peace.
You know.